Well, now that the first quarter has come to a close for students, you've more than likely got your routines down. But if you're finding that your little ones are still having a hard time sleeping, our partners at Parents Magazine are sharing some solutions to help get them some shut-eye.
All children at some point will have trouble sleeping, whether it's because they watched a scary movie or don't have a set bedtime routine, or maybe are just excited about the next day. Of course, 1 or 2 bad nights wouldn't merit a trip to a sleep center, but if the problems persist for 3 to 4 weeks, it's time to explore whether or not they have insomnia. There are 2 main types of insomnia in kids. Limit-setting insomnia, which is typically seen in children older than 5. A child with this issue makes prolonged bedtime curtain calls, like asking for water or claiming there's a scary monster under the bed. The other type is sleep onset association insomnia, which involves interruptions in sleep during the night. You might think your kids are staying in bed for a full night, but they could actually be waking up 10 to 12 times.
Quantity of sleep is very important, but also the quality of this sleep is more important, because they might sleep for 10 or 12 hours, but this sleep is interrupted and they have issues with that sleep, and at that time they will have problems.
Those problems could include a drop in IQ, eventually lead to obesity, and also result in less motivation to play sports.
Sleep is very important for athletics. Okay, for the accuracy, for the build-up. When you have a good sleep, the growth hormone is released, and this when they grow up for the whole growth, also for the muscles, for their focus.
Losing focus could be one sign of a sleep disorder, but not just limited to insomnia. There could be signs of sleep apnea or narcolepsy.
If they snore, definitely that's something, a red flag that they need to be evaluated. If they sleep more, much more, or much less than they are supposed to sleep. Some cases they sleep like 6-7 hours, they are too much sleep deprived, or they sleep too much, and this could be like narcolepsy.
It's important to keep an eye on these signs, as insomnia is a symptom that may signal the possibility of another problem, such as ADHD or anxiety or depression.
Now it is very common about the attention deficit, ADHD. They are actually diagnosed. Actually, they are supposed, those kids, to be checked for sleep disorders, and sleep apnea could be one part that's causing this attention deficit, and to have hyperactivity. So any kind of fatigue, tiredness that the kid, or laziness, maybe they are lazy or too much hyperactive. So any extreme of this is sleep disorder should be checked.
But don't worry. Most of the time, though, the cause is what sleep specialists call behavioral and can be easily fixed. Parents can help with these bad habits by instilling some new techniques. If your child is afraid of the dark or monsters, try playing games in their bedrooms during the daytime that will make your child more comfortable when the lights are actually off. If your little one has a tough time winding down at bedtime, try weaning off the screen time near the end of the day. Give them tricks to relax their mind at bedtime, like counting backwards from 10 or 20. If your child lies awake in bed for more than 30 minutes, take note of that and use the latest bedtime as a starting point the next few nights. When he or she begins falling asleep soon after getting into bed, start moving closer to the ideal bedtime. All of these steps could simply help solve the sleep problems your child might be facing, and they will be catching those Z's before you know it.
Well, good advice there for grown-ups on that evening screen time. To read more about sleep patterns and how you can help your kids have a good night's sleep, check out Parents Magazine and parents.com.